Assalamu alaikum students, very good morning again. Okay student, today we will talk about basic components of DBMS, database management system. So here we have the basic components of DBMS are discussed below. Number one is table. It is a collection of data elements organized in the shape of rows and columns. A contact list may be one of the simplest example of table, and marks a record prepared by the class teachers is also an example of a table. You can see here it is mentioned that the record of a student of any class is also the type of a table. Why? Because just look at here. Here we have a table. Table means a collection of rows and columns. So we have ID here. ID is just like a roll number. Then the name of a student, the father name, and the class. So this is also a table. In this table, we have some more components as well. What these are? The first of all, we have a fields. It is the smallest components in the database. It is where the actual data is stored during data entry. All data fields in the same table have unique name. Fields are also called attributes or column. Multiple fields make up a data record. Several data records make up a data table, and several data tables make up a database. What is actually the field? You can see here. Here we have ID, name, father name, and class. These all are the fields. The column headings. Column headings are the field. For example, first of all, we have ID. So in the ID field, all the rest of the record or rows have the data of this ID. In the heading, after the heading of this ID, or in this column of ID, we only have a ID data. It is not possible that the field of ID carry the record of name. It is not possible. As it is in the field of name, we just have the name of a student. In the field of father name, we just have the name of father, as it is for the class. Next component we have record. A single entry in a table is called a record. Records are also referred as tuples or rows. A record is made up of two or several data items, which are also called tuples, in a table representing a set of related data. For example, the illustration student table of figure 7.2, this figure, has a 4 tuple or record. What is record? Just look at here. From the top side, we have the field, and from this left side, we have the records. Means the columns mean field and the row means record. This is the first row, and this is also the first record. The first record has ID 1, name is Ramiz, father name is Tariq, and the class of this student is 9. So this is the first record of this database. As it is, here we have the second one, that is ID is 2, name is Anam, the father name is Suhail, and the class is 9. So this is our second record. So these all are the records. This is also known as tuple. In this table, we have 4 different tuples. That is tuple 1, that is tuple 2, third, and the fourth. Next we have data types. That is very important. All fields in table must have some data types. Data type is a data storage format that can contain a specific type of a range of value. Type of range of values. The data type of a field is a property that tells what kind of data that field can hold. Here are some basic data types. First of all, you must understand that we have different types of data. We have numeric data, we have alphabetic data, we have string data, we have characters, we have integers, we have floating points data. So these all are the different type of data. Here we have some data types available. First of all, we have integer. What is integer? Integer is actually holds only whole number. Just like, for example, 145 minus 35, 74586. So this is a example of integer type data. It cannot hold a decimal point of values. Next we have floating point. It hold number with decimal points now, like 5.6, 3.14, 554.9. So this is floating points or floating data. Next we have a character type of data. It is store only one character, just like capital A, capital B, or small c or small d. Means it can only holds a single character, whether it's capital or small. Okay. Next we have a string data. It can store a combination of numbers, letters, and special characters. Just like we have Pakistan, we have computer, we have admin with special character, that is at the rate, hash, sign of exclamation, question mark. These all are the special characters. Right? So string data can be handle these all things. Next we have a Boolean type of data. It can store or hold only Boolean values. For example, whether it's true or false. True means 1 and false means 0, and its example is just like 1 or 0. But mostly in the Boolean value, we don't actually mention the value 1 or 0. If we talk about the data or programming, we actually mention the Boolean data as true or false, because we mostly use Boolean for the condition checking or for the condition based data. Next we have a date and time. It is store date and times in a specified format, just like 1st January 2020, or it's a time 11:30. Different DBMS offers different range of data type to be stored. For example, MS Access allows a range of whole number from -32768 to +32768 for an integer. That is actually range for this one data type. It means the integer data type can be handled minimum 32,768 and maximum 32,767. That is actually the range of this data. Uh, we have another type of data as well. We have a long data, we have a short data. So that is not actually the type which we will discuss in this type of data or DBMS software, but these all are also available, right? So in the modern DBMS, choosing proper data type is important to make sure that the database run faster. That is very important. Why? Just suppose we are making a very huge database, right? Um, for example, if I just give you an example, let me show you something. Here we have MS Excel sheet. For example, we are discussing about the data type, right? So if I talk about the integer value, let me show you one more thing. Just look at here, the type name and 32-bit size and 64-bit size. If we talk about character data, let me zoom it. If we talk about character data, character means it will carry a one complete byte. One complete byte means a 8-bit of data in your memory. If we take a short type of data, it will take a 2 bytes. If we take integer or int type of data, it will take a 4 bytes, as well as for the long. If we talk about, we are currently considering the 64-bit, then long is basically taking a 8 bytes, right? So zoom out. Now consider we are making a very huge database, right? Suppose that we have millions of users. For example, we have a 1 million user and we are making a database for them. The fields are like name, father name and age only. This is basically, for example, if we talk about integer, this means integer will take this is one complete byte, right? But integer will take 4 bytes. Right. So now what we will do? For example, we are making a database, right? And we have to take the age of any a person. So age means maybe possible our user minimum age is 1 year. And what about the maximum age? Maybe it would be of like 150. I don't think so any user have more than this value. This is also a very huge number. If we talk about the age, 150 years, it's very huge. But 150, what do you mean by this? Just look at here. If we talk about the integer, how much it can handle the value? It can handle 32,700 67. So if we just required age, the maximum value would be of 150. So integer can handle this, but the problem is integer will take 4 byte of data. If we have 1 million users, this means it must require 1 million multiplied by this 4 byte, 4 million bytes of space in the memory this database required. But if we use, for example, just look at here, short. If we use short, that will take only 2 byte. What do you mean by 2 byte? This means that short will take this type of data. So it will only take 2 bytes. Now again consider the same situation. We have a 1 million user, and that only age section will carry this 2 bytes. Then 1 million multiplied by this 2 byte will be of 2 million bytes. Now the size of that database is half of the previous one. So that is what the smart decision, right? So choosing proper data type is important to make sure that database run faster. I hope you get my point. Next we have views. In a database, the data is stored in a table. However, we can see that data through views, right? What is view? View means whatever actually you are viewing on your screen, and view option is basically a spatial type of thing. What this view provide us, it's here. They have ability to fetch data from different table. Views maintain the security of data and ensure that no changes occur in the original data. Now we will learn how to create a table and view in MS Excel. So what is view? View is here. That is one option available in our database. A step for creating a table using design view. So I'm not gonna read this all. I'm gonna give you a practical example for this. So the software which we will use to make our database is named as Access, right? ACCESS, Access. That is a part of our Microsoft, right? Microsoft Office include this software also. So when you install the Microsoft Office package, complete package, you will get there. So I'm gonna open this MS Access. After opening this, we have different things available here, like blank database, asset tracking, and contacts, so on. But currently we will deal with the blank database. You have to provide the name of your database. For example, we are making a database of any class, so we can write like class 9. Then click on create. Look at it, this file will actually stored in the C, user, Arslan, and documents. If you want to change the location of this file, you can click here on this icon, and you can choose a location where you want. So I'm not going to change it. I'm just click on the create database. So this file is now created. Here we have our interface of this software in which we will make our database. First database. The table is available here. So we are now gonna provide this table a different fields. I'm gonna use this one example which is available here, just like this. So what you will now do when you open or create your uh, database file in the MS Access, then just click here on this view and select this design view. It will ask you the name of this table, so you can write like student data. So now this data is a start. We are gonna make this. So first field is ID, which is automatically provided. If you want to change it, you can do this, but I'm not gonna do this. Why? Because I have to explain you something about the ID and especially this icon which is available here. So ID will be auto number, so it means that it will be generated automatically. So I'm not gonna change its type. The next field what I'm gonna do is name. When I press tab, it asks me that the name you supplied is reserve word. Reserve word. So what do you mean by reserve word? Reserve word means that actually might be possible that this software use this keyword, this word name for something else, right? These all are the reserve words which might be possible use in the dictionary of this software. So I'm gonna change it, like we can also use it, there is no any problem, but I'm not using it. I'm gonna change it like student name, right? So after that, on the next section, if I press tab, then I'll be here, or without pressing tab you can also click here and choose the data type, right? So if I'm gonna put the name of any student, so what will be the data type? Of course it will be string. So we have a two different type of a string, whether it's short text or a long text. Short text has a very specified number, like it will handle the 255 character. If we talk about the long character, it has a I think it has a unlimited number of characters you can put this. So when I click short, so because our student name might be possible of 8 characters or 10 characters, or maximum it will be 20 to 30 characters, not more than this. But this short text can handle, just look at here, field size 255. So it can handle 255 characters, which is huge number of characters which we required for this field. So I think it's fine, right? We can take like a number type of database, we can large number, date, time, currency, auto number, yes, no. Yes, no is a boolean type of database, which about I'm talking that we are not providing like 1 or 0. It will be like true or false. True means yes and false means no. OLE object, that is another thing. Hyperlink, attachment, calculated, and lookup wizard. So the next field we will provide here like father name, and again its type will be short text, right? Next field we have class. Now just look at in the example what we have. In the class we have like Roman number like I and X. So if we want to provide this type of data, then we just required a short text for the class. Just a minute, what the problem it's creating. Just okay. So if we want to give it like a Roman number, then we require to put the short text, but we are not going to use this one. We are using a number for this, so I'm gonna provide it like a number like class 8 or 9. So this is complete now. Now I again click here and on this icon. You must first save the table. Yes. So I have changed my table. I have amended the table, so that's why it's asking me. Actually, my monitor cable is creating some sort of problem, so that's why it's happened. Well, so here we have our databases available. You can see here we have our field. I can drag this. We have ID, we have student name, father name and class, and that is one more to click to add this. If I click here, then I can add another field as well. We can make our table from the design view, or we can also make from here, but now our fields are enough, so I'm just gonna use the data to put data here from the sheet as well. So look at, I'm not gonna click here ID on ID and provide a number, it will be automatically generated. So I'm just gonna click here on this student name and provide the name like Ramesh, tab for father name, Tariq, and for class I'm gonna put class 9. Now just look at, if I try to put like this one, and when I click here, it gives me the error. The value you entered does not match the number data type in this column. Right? Why? Because I have provided the number type of data. So I have to give it the number value. Now the next data. Just look at this, ID is automatically generated 1. If I click here and when I press a single character, like, just look at this, ID is again generated automatically. So I'm gonna put the name like Anam Suhail, again a student of a class 9. Next we have Sheldon. Okay, I think he is a Christian. So Nawal Tufan is also a student of class 9. So this is now complete. We have our database. If I just gonna close it, ask me to save this data. Okay, yes, fine. Close the file. Now when I open again my software and open our database like this one, click here, our data is available. So we can do a lot of things with this database, but currently we are just making a table, right? So here we can also add more data like Danish, Nisar, and student of like same class 9. So we can do this, right? We can make a database of our whole class. So we can also apply a different type of functionality on this, but that is not actually included in your syllabus. We have some more topics also in this chapter, but due to reduced syllabus of a scheme, we will not discuss that part here. So okay student, that is the end of this lecture. If you have any question, then you can ask me. So inshallah we will meet again in the next class. So till then, take care and Allah Hafiz.